You rolled your eyes. Coward, you boldly told him. Yeah, whatever, he says and continues sweeping the floor. You soon walked up to him and grabbed his arm and dragged him at the entrance of the horror booth. Oh, for fuck's sake, Yin, he mumbled. You soon noticed Ducky. Man, Ducky! She turned to you. Her eyes widened as she noticed Blake was there also. You noticed her hand. Hold on. You motioned your hand for her to come to you three. She soon walked up to you three. Well, why would you call me Yun? She asks. Would you like to join us to come inside the horror booth? You asked. Oh, sure. I'd join you guys. Daki mentally cursed at herself for stuttering out of nervousness. Obanai looks at Daki and then Blake. Ma'am, Daki, do you like He was cut off by you covering his mouth. Shut it, you whispered in his ear. Okay, listen everyone. Today, the Robot Club, we coded we coded the robots to give you guys jump scares, the student spoke out. There can't be 4 people joining, so you guys have to go in groups of duos, she added. You quickly clanged to Obanai. Okay, we're fine. You two just become partners, you suggested. Daki was thankful that you were helping her, but a horror booth of all things. So, who'll go first? The student asked. They can go first. You pointed at Blake and Daki. All right then, come in. Both of them soon walked inside. Yes, we are setting 2 people up. Daki's POV. Calm down. I glanced at him. He seems to be focused on where we're going. Soon a robot jumped at us. Both of us didn't flinch. I guess horror booths don't scare him. Kind of like me. As I lost in my thoughts, I didn't notice that a robot would jump scare me. I flinched. That one caught me off guard. I soon felt a hand on my shoulder. It was him. My face soon flushed. Thank goodness it was the dark. He wouldn't be able to notice. My thoughts were cut off as he pulled me closer to him. How do I survive this? Oh, shit, sorry, he spoke out and soon removed his hand. I grabbed it. No, it's fine, don't worry, I replied. He raised an eyebrow. Are you sure? I don't want to make you uncomfortable, he says. Don't worry, you're not making me uncomfortable. He lets out a chuckle. You shouldn't lie, you know. I shook my head. I'm not lying, I told him. All right, then. Say one truth to support your claim. He requests. You're handsome, I replied with no hesitation. His eyes widened. I quickly covered my mouth, realizing that I had just told him. Someone, please, just bury me. I'm going to die of embarrassment. He then looked at me in the eyes. Okay, then. You're beautiful, he replied. My heart skipped a beat. He said that? I was in disbelief. In cloud 9. If this is a dream, don't wake me up, Gitaru. Don't wake me up. Second person POV. Both of them stared at each other for some time until Blake cupped her cheek. Daki gulped. She didn't know what he was going to do. He then slowly pulled her closer, slowly closing his eyes when Daki does too. Their lips were only a few inches apart until a robot jumped at them, causing both of them to scream. Both of them soon glanced at each other, laughing. I didn't think a robot would jump us, Blake commented. That one really got me, Daki says, letting her laugh. Oh my god. Letting them laugh even more. But the laughter soon died down as they remembered what they were about to do. Meanwhile, oh my god, what the fuck? I could have jumped my croissant. You screamed at the robot and jumped at you both. You secretly sneaked in some food. Why did you do it? Because you were hungry. Obanai was slowly regretting his decision. As both of you continued to walk through the booth, you pulled 2 corn dogs from God knows where. Obanai looked at you in disbelief. How did you even... You know what? I'm not even gonna know. Don't even want to know. He mumbled. You want one? You asked, and held out one for him. He stared at you. What? He stared at it before taking one. I think we should take care of a festival after this, he suggested. Nah, the festival is temporarily. Food is forever, you replied. He lets out a chuckle as... Oh my... Sorry. He chuckled as at your laid-back statement. You soon pulled out a can of Coke out of nowhere. I swear, you're like a dormany. I think that's how you say it. He commented. You only shrugged. And soon... Goodness, sorry for my yawning. You soon got jump-scared by a robot. Motherfucker! You shrieked. Open-Eye only watched you, unbothered as he takes a bite of his corn dog. Time skip. Whew. You mumbled as you looked at the food you had bought. It was home time, and the four of you agreed to meet at Tanju's club room. You slid open the door, not paying attention to whoever was inside. Tanju? Your voice trails off, and you saw Tanju napping on the floor. The floor was soft. It had a cushion, I think. What? I don't know, but he wore something like a cardigan-like jacket that was open, revealing his abs. He also wore jogging pants. He then stretched his arms and turned to you. He woke up from your voice. Oh, Yin, you're here. Did you buy those snacks for us? Yeah, I bought a lot. Why aren't you wearing a shirt? You asked, as you sat next to him. He soon sat up. Oh, we're just finishing the training. It felt a little hot, so I just wore this open jacket and took a nap, he replied. You looked around. Guess Enizu and Inosuke still aren't here yet, you muttered. Don't worry about them, Yin. You have me. I'll be by your side. Forever, Tanjiro replied. Yeah, you replied, brushing it off. What do you want to eat? You asked, unpacking your food. Toyaki, he simply replied. You got your box of taiyaki out. You were about to hand it to him, but... Can you feed it to me? I'm a little tired, he replied. Well, alright, come closer, you told him. He soon got closer to you and opened his mouth. You gave him a piece of the toyaki. Tanjiro, you reek of sweat, you commented. Really? Then... Oh my god, no. How about you bathe me? He suggested. You were about to reply, but then the door slammed open. Oh, Yin! Inosuke spoke out. He soon noticed you and Tanjiro. Wait, what the? How come you get to feed him? That's not very cash money of you, Yin, Inosuke complained. Yin, feed me too. Zenitsu spoke out and quickly ran to you. Geez, stop it. I'm not your mother's. You spoke out. Yeah, you're not my mom. You're my wife, Inosuke proudly says. Shut it, you bore. She'll be mine, Zenitsu yelled out. Fuck you. Over my dead body. You want to fight? Inosuke suggested. I'll sleep and amputate you, Zenitsu replied. Stop it, both of you. She's neither of yours, Tanjiro spoke in a serious tone. Sheesh. Why are they fighting around seriously? We're all just best friends, right? You thought. Time skip. I think we went around the whole school, Rui. You told Rui. Today was the next day, and you were taking care of Rui. I want the fish pancakes you gave me yesterday, he says. Let's go there. You told him and stared. And started to head there. Before we go there, I have something to give you, Rui says as he hands you a box where the tarantula, aka brother, was in. He raised an eyebrow. What's this? You asked him. I'm giving him to you. He seems to really like you. He seemed sad when I took him home, Rui replied. He looked at the tarantula. He seemed to be dancing in joy. It made your heart melt. You didn't like spiders, but he was an exception. He was just a wholesome spider who dances. He's a good boy. You pat Rui's head. Thanks, Rui, you told him with a smile. His eyes widened at your action. What was that? He asked. What do you mean? I just patted your head. Do you hate it? You asked. No, I like it, he says as he looks up to you with bright eyes. Your peaceful moment was broken as soon as a group of students walked up to you. Are you the bully who got a spider on Miyuku? A student asked. Are you the blind bitches who can't see that Miyuku is manipulating two-faced whore? You asked. Some let out a scoff, while some got angry. Miyuku is not a manipulating two-faced bitch. She's kind, funny, beautiful, patient, talented, and hardworking. A student says, Wow, congrats, dumbasses. You listed every characteristic that she doesn't have. You rolled your eyes. Rui watches the fight, confused while Brother the Tarantula stopped dancing. He wanted to get out of his cage and fight for you. The students frowned their eyebrows and soon grabbed your hair. You also grabbed her hair, pulling it. This bitch wants to fight. I'll give her one, you thought. Other students were about to jump at you, but they were stopped by someone. What the fuck are you guys doing to her? Sarah screamed and started attacking the other students. Rui soon ran away to tell someone. You got the students' hands off of your hair. You were about to drag her, but she slaps you. You hissed in pain and glared. You hissed in pain and glared at her. Anything you give me, I'll give it to you harder, bitch. You yelled and punched her square in the face. She soon went unconscious as her nose bled. Fuck yeah, bestie, you knocked her ass out, Sarah shouted. The other students soon stopped attacking you both, and soon Rui came back with Muzan. What the hell is this? He asked, obviously pissed. Oh shit, you and Sarah mumbled. Time skip. You hissed in pain as Blake tended to your wounds. Ow, can you be more gentle? You commented. No, besides, as soon as I heard you guys got into a fight, I ran here, Blake replied. You never fail to give stress. I shouldn't be surprised if I was white hair in the next following years, he added while letting out a sigh. The important thing is, did you win? He asks. You let out a chuckle. Hell yeah, you replied. He lets out a smile. He was proud of you. Proud that you knocked that bitch out. There, it's finished, Blake says. Thanks, you mumbled. Muzan soon walks up to the both of you. Oh well, I'm really fucked, you thought. Sarah, sit next to her. Sarah just nodded and sat down next to you. Mr. Boomer, you can go now, Muzan told Blake. Blake glanced at Muzan, then you. He then pat your back and left. Muzan glared at the both of you. You both looked away. Congrats, both of you. You earned detention for a week, he says. Rui soon walked up to the three. They started it, he defended both of you. They get 2 weeks detention, Muzan replied. Muzan glanced at you before leaving. To be honest, he was quite amused with how you managed to knock the girl out. As soon as he left, both of you started to burst into laughter. That was scary, but at the same time, I'm glad we managed to kick their asses with just the two of us, Sarah commented. Right? They deserved it, you replied. Ugh, tell me about it. They started a fight out of nowhere and are now pissed they lost, Sarah says. A student soon got inside the nurse's office. Sarah, the class president is calling for you. He seems pissed. The student spoke out. Oh, fuck. He's going to scold me, too. Sarah mumbled. You let out a wheeze. Good luck. I hope you survive, you commented. She only let out a laugh and soon left. Rui soon let Brother the Tarantula go. He quickly ran over to your lap. Scurried over. Oh, hi, brother, you spoke out, and soon he started shaking his butt. You were in disbelief. Is he twerking? He spoke out while Rui watches unbothered. Yes, king, get it, you commented. Brother the tarantula, I'm an icon, I know. Soon Ruby spoke up. Oni-san, what's a whore? He asked. You choked on it. Ruby, sweetie, never say that word again, alright? It's not a good word. You told him. But how come you can say it? He asks. Because I'm responsible, mature, independent adult. You gave him a smile. Well, that's what I tell myself, you thought. Brother soon crawled out of your lap. You soon opened your arms. What are you doing? He asked, confused. I'm going to give you a hug for defending us now. Come here, you little piece of cutie pie. You told him and pulled him into the hug. The hug felt warm, and he liked it. He loved it. He felt safe in your arms. Time skip. You let out a sigh. It was home time, and you were still at school. Your task was to clean the school. You let deep sigh. You soon looked around and saw a figure in the distance. It was Giyu. You excitedly spoke out and waved your hands to get his attention. He turned to you. You motioned him to come to you. He followed what you told him and approached you. Your task to clean too? You asked. He nodded. Are you finishing up? You asked again. Yeah, he simply replied. Both of you soon heard a meow. You turned to see where it was. It was the same cat that you tried to save. He was on the tree. Meow. The cat cried out. Nah, I ain't falling for that shit again. You thought. Giyu soon walked up to the tree and started climbing. Giyu, wait, don't! You tried to stop him, but to no avail. Giyu, it's a trap! You shouted. Giyu, don't do it! We don't need 2 injured people! You shouted, but he doesn't listen. He soon then was the same branch as the cat. He held out his hand, but then the cat jumped down. His eyes widened. See, I told you it was a trap. You were cut off. Thud. Thud. Time skip. You let out a deep sigh. I told you not to do it. That cat is mischief. Look at what happened to you when you didn't listen to me. You scolded him as you bandaged his chest. He only replies were a quiet yes and nods. You were too focused on looking for injuries to focus on at his body that it made him a little embarrassed. You looked one last look before telling him something. Well, it looks like you're all good to go, you told as he looked in your eyes, a little taken aback that he looked embarrassed. Thanks, he mumbled. Well, now we're both injured, you commented while letting out a chuckle. You're kind, he boldly spoke out of nowhere. Your eyes widened. His cheeks and ears turned red as he realized what he had just said. Wait, you cut him off. Thanks, Giyu. You gave him a smile. He only looked away, embarrassed, to be honest. He didn't know why his heart was racing, why he liked being around you. When you kept rambling on and on to him, he did not mind. He was surprisingly not annoyed. He admired how bold and confident you were. After your first encounter, he found you funny. He then found himself interested in you, looking at you from afar, observing you, to the point he actually wanted to be beside you. What does this all mean? Does it mean that he loves you? Giyu was in disbelief. He wasn't someone who would feel these kinds of emotions, and honestly, he didn't dislike it. He liked it. But what he loved the most was you. You soon got closer to his face and fixed his hair. What? He stared. Oh, don't worry about it. Your hair was just a little messy, so I fixed it. You simply replied, Ian, will you allow me? He was cut off by the sliding door opening. Hey, you brats, go home, it's late. Blake spoke and noticed that it was you and Giyu. Blake let out a gasp. Oh, sorry, I didn't know you guys were going for round 2. The concessions of us. He was cut off by you. No, showed it, Blake. Nothing happened, you told him. While both of you were bickering, Giyu was in shock. He couldn't believe he was about to ask you if he could be by your side all the time. Shameful. This was the worst than holding hands before marriage. But now he knew he fell for you, and he didn't mind. Doesn't mind stalking you, that is.